Bonsoir à tous. Et voilà, c'est reparti pour les tribulations de Jack Burton, l'hôte de caisse interstellaire. Donc voilà, on va reprendre là où nous étions arrêtés la dernière fois, c'est-à-dire pas bien loin. Je dois, si je me souviens bien, choisir chez qui je vais couper le courant. Donc on va essayer de bien choisir. Donc on est dans le choix entre la corporation ou des espèces de rebelles hippies. Attendez un petit instant. Je change juste mon éclairage. Voilà. Parfait, allons-y. Ah, cette musique, elle me fait vraiment penser à Borderlands, ça, y a rien à faire. Alors... dévier le courant. Allez, c'est parti. Alors, j'ai de les hippies ou de la bande d'esclaves qui travaillent ici. Allez. On a encore un peu de temps pour y réfléchir. Alors c'est par où maintenant? Malin de me faire sortir ici. Si, je dois faire tout le tour après. Les munitions, c'est toujours bon à prendre. Décharge. Ah, ça doit être le truc. Ah oui, c'est le bâtiment là-bas qui crache des espèces d'étincelles là. C'est violent hein, ce flingue quand même. Allez hop. Il n'y avait pas un troisième? Nous y voilà. D'accord. Normalement on doit avoir le pass d'accès. Si je ne dis pas de bêtises. Oh, oh, oh. On se calme. Bon, visiblement, on n'est pas les bienvenus. Mon Dieu. Ça va pas être une partie de plaisir. Saloperie de robot. Ils sont résistants, ces saletés là. Oula. Je comprends pas, les autres j'ai eu 500, là j'ai que 140. XP. Bon. Allez, on continue à fouiller la centrale. Je vois pas trop pourquoi on m'a donné un pass d'accès, c'est pour se faire tirer dessus tous les 2 mètres. Alors...
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Bon allez, c'est parti. Peut-être faire une petite sauvegarde.
Unexpected no performance.
Oh merde. Attendez un petit instant, je reviens tout de suite. voilà. Alors... Voilà le fameux... Oh bordel. C'eût été trop simple que ça marche du premier coup. Ok, bon, on va chercher ces 3 interrupteurs. Ah, je connais pas le code d'accès. Je sais pas où je l'ai eu, mais... Soit. Encore ces saletés machines.
System.
Everyone all right?
Bon, je sais pas quoi toutes ces pièces vont bien pouvoir me servir, mais... Voilà.
2 more. What'll happen to...
Security.
No! Can't get past that armor!
C'est quasiment aucun dégât. Je suis obligé d'aller au corps à corps.
I know.
No, just leave me alone.
Moi j'ai entendu quelqu'un parler. Oh oui.
Get away!
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Ok. Fonce.
System.
Here they come!
An area sweep now.
Oh cette saloperie. Ah. Jack Burton a un défaut. Oh. Non merci.
Where's it go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Il faut voir si j'ai pas une armure en meilleur état. Non, on va continuer comme ça.
Unexpected. Sweeping.
Here they come!
Responsibility.
Me voilà niveau 6. Alors, compétences. Ok, il me reste encore l'avantage. Bon, qu'est-ce que je vais choisir? Non. Ça peut être pratique ça. Bon, vendu. Allez hop, on prend ça. Voilà. Où se trouve le petit dernier?
The last. I'm not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
quand même lui demander son avis, hein. Elle est du coin.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Alors... Bah, je pense que le moyen le plus simple dans ma pièce, c'est quand même de leur laisser leur électricité, hein, donc...
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Allez, c'est parti. Alors... Allez, c'est parti. Le futur me dira si j'ai fait le bon choix. C'est pas passer par ici. Alors... Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
We made it!
Ok.
Here they come!
Oh merde.
Nice hit! Nice one!
choses à piller du coup là-dedans. Alors, allons voir. Un petit trésor, ça serait bien. Pas grand chose au final. Alors, allons récupérer ce régulateur. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Ah ah, des questions intéressantes. Celle-là, elle me plaît bien.
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
D'accord. Je vais quand même me faire petit. Allez. On va se la jouer. Je mange à tous les râteliers. Bon, il se cache où celui-là maintenant? Le voilà. Petite sauvegarde.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. I am not without compassion for Abernathy's predicament, but the plague has taken a hard toll on us all. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom. You're right, I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Je m'en fous de ces projets. Bonne continuation. Allez, qu'on se casse d'ici. Bon, avant d'aller retourner voir la vieille, je vais me faire un petit café, donc je vous dis à tout de suite. Me revoilà. Avec mon ravitaillement. Nous pouvons donc retourner chez la vieille. Petite vieille. C'est bien là qu'on m'envoie, hein. C'est bien là que je retourne. Ils sont ces enfoirés. Mais c'était radin pour le coup. Quoi là-dedans? Et merde. Bon, c'était pas le bon chemin visiblement. Darwin Award. Maintenant que tu les as fait péter, elles sont peut-être plus là. Elles sont toujours là.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry. I know, I'm trying to think.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Bon bah, je crois que maintenant je suis prêt à retourner au vaisseau.
Adelaide's okay.
Encore faut-il que je trouve le chemin jusque là. On va éviter de pas se faire sauter bêtement cette fois. Ça va, je m'en sors bien. Qu'est-ce que c'est encore que ces trucs? Des singes qui se téléportent, ça c'est quand même la classe.
That's the last of them. Got it. Inside voices.
Jouer discret, ça va pas être simple.
Don't mess with us. Woohoo!
Me voilà, mon cher vaisseau.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Voilà qui est fait. Maintenant on embarque. Ah bah oui, j'avais oublié celui-là.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Bon. Ça va, pas de bobo. Allez, on va distribuer ces points. Allez.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Allez, c'est parti alors. Ah, c'est une poubelle volante ce truc.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kilkelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Bon ben voilà. C'est celle de terminal de navigation. Alors... Essayer de récupérer ça. Le voile holographique. Ah ben voilà. Ah, c'est bon ça. C'est très bon. Alors... Alors, elle se trouve où celle-là? Gladys. Elle se trouve sur le précurseur. Une station neutre. Ok, ben. Let's go! Précurseur. Ah bah, je suis bête, je pensais que c'était mon vaisseau. Mais non, mon vaisseau il est là. C'est parti.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Got a sec? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? Oh, no. It can wait. Sorry. What do you need? Right. About the Groundbreaker's engineer, Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Bien sûr. C'est pas faux ça, hein? On m'avait dit qu'elle serait près du vaisseau.
I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. Even Mr. Thompson would have said it's my only skill. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders and the like. There's tricks about ships I ain't learned yet. All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot more than I ever learned. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time.
T'as intérêt.
Did you want to talk about something else?
Alors... On va prendre les deux.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Merde.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Alors... Oh bah oui, bon, tant qu'à faire...
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
C'est assez joli, je trouve. Pas très vivant, mais joli.
The news packet had the tossball scores from the Caisse. What about the rail gliding championships?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing. The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it. Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse. That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Jun Lei in engineering. Some big shot down in Byzantium's holding auditions for a new adventure serial. So yay, another 6 of those next season.
Okay.
Can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested
Qu'est-ce qu'on va encore devoir faire comme crasse?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Non, 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 c'est bon comme ça.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
Pas vraiment le choix de toute façon.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Allez.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Bon.
Gladys can get you a snack if you're hungry.
Eh bien, je crois qu'on en va arrêter les aventures de Jack Burton ici pour ce soir. Et j'espère pouvoir reprendre bientôt. Voilà. Peut-être demain. Voilà, oui, voilà.